This is ABC7 News at 11, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good evening, I'm Jacqueline Matter. Thanks for joining us. First tonight, one woman still remains missing more than a decade later. Today marks another anniversary for the day Jennifer Kessie went missing. ABC7's Rick Adams talked with her parents tonight and has more from Bradenton.
Well, it's every parent's worst nightmare, having a child disappear without a trace. Jennifer Kessie, pictured here, has now been missing for 12 years. Another year and another difficult anniversary for the family of Jennifer Kessie. The 24-year-old went missing on January 24th, 2006 after leaving her Orlando condo and has not been seen or heard from since.
It's very difficult. 12 years, people say things get a little easier with time, and I don't think we find that in this situation, mainly because of the frustration that goes along with it.
On Wednesday, Drew Kessie and his family were in Orlando continuing their search for answers, saying the police have not done enough and that mistakes were made. They now want their own private investigator to take over the case and are planning to sue the Orlando Police Department for the case files.
We've hired lawyers and investigators and we're ready to go on that. However, they have told us no. So now the fight will begin to try and get to information that we feel is a very solvable case.
Kessie, a Bradenton resident, says Orlando police are now putting a detective solely on this case and bumping up their awareness with billboards of Jennifer and wrapping her face in information all over a transit bus. The reward has been increased to $15,000. The person in this picture could have something to do with Jennifer's disappearance. Kessie tells us there have been more than 4,500 leads.
We've had people tell us that Jennifer's cut up and thrown in here, there, what have you. It's tough to deal with that, but we have to get through that because we have to find Jennifer. That is the ultimate goal, for the good or the bad. She's our daughter.
For more information on Jennifer Kessie's disappearance, you can log on to our website at mysuncoast.com. And if you know anything at all about Jennifer Kessie's disappearance, you're being asked to contact 1-800-423-TIPS. Reporting from Bradenton, I'm Rick Adams, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Okay, thank you so much, Rick. New details on the shooting we first brought you late last night involving a Manatee County Sheriff's deputy. A local man is dead and a deputy is on administrative leave in Bradenton. Sheriff Rick Wells says deputies responded to a domestic dispute between 38-year-old Corey Mobley and his wife at a gas station. Before deputies arrived, Mobley fled the scene. After a chase, deputies came face-to-face with him on 6th Street West. Sheriff Wells says Mobley repeatedly told deputies, quote, "I've got a gun for you," refusing to show his hands and was reaching into his waistband when a deputy fired 4 shots.
He had told the cops that he had a gun for him. And then the cops had shot him twice, and he had got back up and walked towards the police officers and then shot him 2 more times.
Mobley died at Sarasota Memorial Hospital. Police searched Mobley in the area and did not find a gun. That investigation continues. And the Northport Police Department is asking for the public's help after an attempted robbery at a community center. Take a look at this video. Police are hoping you'll recognize the 2 cars and the 2 men in that video. Detectives believe they may have information about an attempted robbery earlier this month at the Mullen Center on Kramer Way. If you know these men or have any information, call the Northport Police Department or Sarasota Crime Stoppers at 941-366. TIPS. Well, let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan with a look at your first alert forecast and what you can expect tomorrow. Bob?
Thanks, Jacqueline. I'll tell you, we are looking at some nice weather, although cool. The temperature right now, not sunny, but 55 degrees, and the dew point 47. Winds are out of the northeast at 10. We have generally fair skies. There are some clouds out in the Gulf of Mexico that are working their way toward the coastline, so temperatures will drop down into the upper 40s to low 50s to start things off on Thursday, and with a bit of a wind, it will make it feel a bit colder. Now, it's 47 in Pensacola. It already feels like 44 degrees there. Temperatures in the 50s in Jacksonville, Orlando. Much warmer, though, in Miami now. 73 degrees and 68 in Key West. You can see from the overall picture here, this is a satellite imagery showing this streak of clouds. That's associated with the fast-moving upper-level winds known as the subtropical jet stream now, and that little piece of energy, it looks like will miss us in terms of any kind of rainfall. There's some showers well back to the west. What we are watching, though, is some changes coming over the weekend as a result of this storm system, which will drop to the south and east, and a little piece of energy will move into the Gulf of Mexico, where there will be a little low pressure area developing. Now, the latest forecast models, we'll have a look at that, change things up a little bit for the weekend. We'll talk about that, as I mentioned, just in a little bit. But again, that low pressure will move on into the Gulf, and it will develop and give us a chance for some showers. Pretty good chance for that happening. Tomorrow's start off will be kind of cold, in fact, with that north wind and northeast wind at 10. It'll make it feel cooler, but temperatures slightly below average. We'll warm up to upper 60s to right around 70 degrees tomorrow. And it looks like we'll see a mixture of sun and clouds throughout the day. And as far as the overall moisture content is concerned, there's not a lot of moisture in the mid to upper levels of the atmosphere. We're not anticipating any rainfall here at all as we work through the day on Thursday, but it changes as we push toward Sunday late. Details and all that coming up in a few minutes. Jacqueline?
Okay, looking forward to it. Thank you, Bob. A new poll shows the race for the vacant House District 72 seat in a statistical tie between Democrat Margaret Good and Republican James Buchanan. A poll by St. Pete Poll has Buchanan up 49.1% to Good's 46.1%, a difference of 3.7% within the margin of error. Libertarian Allison Foxall is at 1.6%, but Foxall has now set the Libertarian record for fundraising with just over $19,000. The Florida Senate is mandating that each senator undergo an hour of workplace and sexual harassment training before the start of each legislative session. That rule was adopted as the first business taken up when the Senate went into session today. 2 senators have resigned since October. Democrat Jeff Clemens stepped down after admitting he had an extramarital affair with a lobbyist. Republican Jack Latvala resigned after an investigation found that he likely committed acts of sexual misconduct. The Florida House already requires mandatory training for its members. And lawmakers might not meet Governor Rick Scott's proposal for tourism marketing money. An initial House budget proposal calls for spending $76 million on tourism marketer Visit Florida during the upcoming year. That's $24 million less than what Governor Scott wants. Meanwhile, an initial Senate plan would provide $50 million. Still, the proposals released today indicate that while negotiations and lobbying efforts will continue over Visit Florida, the debate will not match a 2017 fight over the agency. That fight ultimately led to Visit Florida receiving $76 million for the current year. Well, Anna Maria Island has the chance to be named America's happiest seaside town, and you can help. Coastal Living magazine hasn't chosen which town will hold its #1 spot yet, and it's up to how many votes it gets in the next couple of weeks. There are now 9 other towns on the list, and the only other seaside town in Florida competing is Vero Beach. To vote, you can go to the magazine's website at coastalliving.com. Well, stay with us. Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your first alert forecast. Plus, former USA gymnastic doctor Larry Nassar gets his sentence in court today, while the judge said she signed his death warrant. And many people are interested in signing up for travel reward credit cards, but are they actually worth it? We'll let you know when we come back.
Join ABC7 at the all-new 2018 edition of Circus Sarasota. Ovation under the big top at Nathan Benderson Park behind the mall at UTC. Friday, February 9th through Sunday, March 4th. All opening weekend tickets are 20% off, courtesy of ABC7. To purchase your discount tickets, visit circusarts.org. The Circus Sarasota box office at the big top, or call 941-355-9805.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
I heard about the Detoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Detoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was and some additional cancers that were not found during the biopsy. I would recommend the Detoli Cancer Center. As a group of human beings, they are unbelievably great.
The skills you develop as a soldier in the Army National Guard can give you a head start on your career. Gain practical experience with technology and equipment that will give you a leg up in the civilian world. Learn critical leadership skills and to be part of a team. Serve your community and your country part-time while earning money for an education. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn about the paid training and career opportunities available to you in the Army National Guard.
All hands on deck. What's up? I want to point out 3 tips for using the home computer more safely. Point away.
First, stop. Make sure your software is up to date and that you've password protected your computer's login and Wi-Fi connection.
Next, think before visiting a site, opening attachments, or clicking on links.
Then connect, knowing you're helping make the web safer for you
and for everyone. Make Stop, Think, Connect part of your daily online routine.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
Well, all sorts of events coming up this next weekend, and a lot of them being outdoors.
Right, yeah, we're going to talk about that too in a little bit. Right now, outdoors, cold, and a lot of people are reporting about that too. They're sending me Facebook messages, and also my daughter said, hey, it's cold outside, and it'll be even colder tomorrow morning, so make sure you dress your kids up appropriately. It's not going to be freezing cold like we saw last week, and it looks like temperatures, though, will be feeling like into the low 40s, which is cold for Florida. This is a nice warm shot here on Casey Key webcam, showing a little bit high surf out there too. As a result of the winds that have been strong out of the east and northwest, I should say, and turning to the east now tomorrow. And there's a nice sunset. A glimmer of that. We saw some of that. Now some photos came in as well. Depicts at mysuncoast.com. This one from Casey Key. Wow, that's a great shot with that wave breaking right as it crashed ashore. And let's go back to that if we can. We'll show the next one. It just kind of jumped along. Anyway, this is a 2-for-1 shot. We got two suns. Kathy Bixby sending that one in from Manatee Beach, and Venice, Bradford Voss getting the pier there. And as far as our weather headlines go, well, here's what they read like. Chilly Thursday morning, we talked about that, and also it's going to stay dry through Saturday, so Saturday looks really good. And then a cold front arrives now, and notice this word I put late Sunday now, and that means things are changing a little bit as far as the timing goes. I knew this would happen as we get closer to that day. The models are starting to become more in agreement as far as what the timing is concerned. Still, there's a lot of ifs with that, but right now it looking better for that big event taking place at the Ringling Grounds there. Some showers to the north of us, but high pressure at the surface will knock any kind of threat of showers in our area, and we're going to see dry air around too. There's not a lot of moisture in the atmosphere, so that jet stream will stay basically to our north. We'll see some of the high clouds now and again. You can see that patch with the last frame there at 11 o'clock. Quite a bit of high-level clouds moving in off the coast there. That may keep temperatures a little bit warmer, but it's still going to feel pretty chilly out there. The dew point has actually come up a little bit at 47 degrees. Winds are out of the north-northeast at 10. Pressure is extremely high, 30-26. That continues to rise. The high today real quick, 71 right at the average, the record 85. And as far as temperatures go, you can see much colder over the northern 2/3 of the state as opposed to Miami, 73 there, 68 in Key West, 47 in Pensacola. Around town, Braden at 54, Mayaca City a couple degrees warmer, Northport you're at 57, Inglewood 56, Venice 55 degrees, Sarasota at 54, Lakewood Ranch now is at 53 degrees and 56 in Cortez, Braden at 54. The Gulf water temperature has cooled now to 59. Well, here's what tomorrow looks like. We'll start off with some high clouds around. It will be cool, noticeably cooler. And then we'll warm up just slightly below average up to the upper 60s by 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon. So there should be no problem for drop-off, pick-up, or whatever you may be doing tomorrow throughout the day. As I mentioned, those high clouds could be around throughout the day, but we're not anticipating any rainfall around. And notice what happens. Those winds shift more to an easterly direction as the high builds off the southeast United States. That easterly flow will warm us up, actually. We'll get back into the mid-70s in some places on Friday. And that cold Arctic air is set to come back down now and plunge into the northern plain states. It feels like 5 in Minot, 14 in Minneapolis. They had a little break there for a while, but things are about to change big time as highs tomorrow will be still rather mild. But as I mentioned, there's a large area of very cold air set to move in. And it will do so, especially over the weekend. You can see it right there kind of moving off to the east. And then this one comes in for, you guessed it, just in time for Super Bowl. We're talking Super Bowl with high temperatures there at around 10 degrees in Minneapolis. So that could be very cold walking there from the hotel to the game there. 20 knot winds northeast, becoming down to 10 later in the day. Choppy conditions on the bays and inland waters. Well, here's a look now at the 7-day forecast. So we have a 68-degree high tomorrow, 74 on Friday. Pretty nice Friday. Should see partly cloudy to mostly sunny skies. Then increasing clouds late Saturday. It should still be a very nice day, 76 for a high. Now Sunday, what's changed is the rain chances lessen throughout the day, more so in the afternoon. I checked the 2 reliable models. They're indicating that the rain starts after 4 o'clock now. And in fact, the European starts after around 6, 7 o'clock. That would be good news for the big Forks and Corks now. 40% chance rain now comes into Monday morning as well. We only cool down slightly, so things are looking better. Jacqueline, back to you.
Okay, looking forward to it. Thank you so much, Bob. A judge handed disgraced Dr. Larry Nassar a sentence of up to 175 years today. Nassar abused young female athletes under the practice of medicine for decades. Zachary Keish has that story from New York.
Larry Nassar entered the courtroom dejected and emotionless. Just before sentencing, he turned to speak directly to his victims.
I also recognize that what I am feeling pales in comparison to the pain, trauma, and emotional destruction that all of you are feeling.
But in a letter written to the court, which the judge read,
"Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned." The stories that are being fabricated to sensationalize this.
Nassar was a highly regarded doctor at Michigan State University and USA Gymnastics who used his stature to prey on young girls. More than 150 women provided victim impact statements in the case.
I can't even comprehend how angry I feel when I think of you.
Sir, I'm giving you 175 years. I've just signed your death warrant.
The court erupted with applause.
At first I was really afraid to speak about it and even let anyone know that this has happened to me, but now I know I'm a survivor.
For the survivors, a move in the right direction.
Gratitude for the incredible army of survivors who rose up in the last 2 weeks to stop the reign of a predator and to ensure a tragedy like this never happens again.
This thing is far from over. There's a civil suit involving more than 100 women against USA Gymnastics and Michigan State University. Zachary Keish, ABC News, New York.
President Trump says he's willing to talk to special counsel Robert Mueller under oath if his lawyers allow him. Several sources tell CNN that Mueller is interested in questioning Trump on the firings of FBI Director James Comey and National Security Advisor Michael Flynn. One source told the Washington Post Mueller also expressed interest in Trump's efforts to remove Attorney General Jeff Sessions. The source said Mueller wants to find out if there is a pattern to Trump's behavior. Comey and Attorney General Jeff Sessions have already been questioned by special counsel Mueller. It's still unclear if or when a meeting between the two could happen. In consumer news tonight, think you can get a free trip out of a travel rewards card? Well, you're not the only one. According to credit card analysts at Value Penguin, since 2012, searches for travel rewards cards in the first month of the year shoot up at least 50%. And this year, even more searches are being conducted. Travel cards can come with some glamorous perks like free nights at hotels, credits for flights, and access to airport lounges. But just because you get the card doesn't mean you'll get a free ride. The Chase Sapphire Reserve has an annual fee of $450, and the American Express Platinum's yearly rate is $550. There are cards that have no annual fee, like the Discover It Miles card, but the perks may not be as attractive. If you are interested, no spending requirements before you sign up. And could we be seeing a new round of fare wars among the major U.S. airlines? United announced late Tuesday that it expects to add flights and larger aircrafts to its network. It also plans to expand its basic economy fare to new routes. Basic economy passengers are not assigned seats until check-in and may not be allowed to store items on a plane's overhead bin. This year, however, United will allow those passengers to pre-select a seat for an additional cost. United is suggesting the moves are meant to compete with those low-cost carriers like Spirit with more cheap seats of its own. And that could mean other major U.S. carriers like Delta and American may be forced to follow suit in offering those lower prices. Well, we're getting a sneak peek of what to expect from Apple's next mobile operating system update. iOS 11.3 will feature a toggle that allows users to turn off functions that slowed down iPhones with older chemically aged batteries. Apple previously apologized after it was revealed that the tech giant slows down older iPhones to prevent unexpected shutdowns. The upgrade will introduce a new setting that shows the health of an iPhone's battery and recommends if it needs to be serviced. Apple will also introduce a new health records feature that will help consumers find their medical history from multiple providers. iOS 11.3 will be available to the general public this spring. Well, stay with us. Sports is next, but first, here's what's coming up on Jimmy Kimmel.
Watch this and then share it with friends. Ewok? An Ewok?
No.
No, that's
the new one, like a pug?
Oh, yeah. Well, what's the name of the...
Pork.
All right,
yeah.
calm down.
SRQ Performance Parts provides parts and accessories from over 300 manufacturers, so you can get that new manifold, carburetor, gasket, bolt kit, or nitrous oxide system fast. We'll help you beat the competition. Call or visit SRQ Performance Parts online today for all your high-performance parts and advice.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Good kisses. Good kisses. You heard how loud
I heard. It wasn't you. Yeah. It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more than 100 years, American Humane Association has been teaching kids to be kind to animals. Those in our homes, on the farms, on the silver screen, and wildlife conservation, caring for the world's vanishing creatures. But we can't do it alone. Visit kindness100.org to find ways to teach kids how they can make a more caring, compassionate, and humane world for all of us.
Northland Outdoors is about so much more than the biggest fish or the hottest hunting spots. All across the Northland, there are amazing people with incredible stories to tell. We're going to find those stories and share them with everyone. Join us each and every week as we explore the Northland and experience some of the most exciting outdoor adventures in the country right here in our own backyard. This is Northland Outdoors.
In life after the military, it's our duty as veterans to have each other's back. I'm retired Colonel Greg Gatson, and it's my mission to help you get the benefits and services you've earned. If you need to file a VA claim, remember these important steps. Submit an online claim through ebenefits.va.gov. Work with an accredited Veterans Service Organization, or VSO. And if you need to attend a VA claim exam, please go. Visit this website to learn what to expect.
Thanks to the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, what was once impossible is happening today for thousands of patients with blood cancer.
I live.
I live. I live. I live. I live. She lives.
Because of the research done by the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society in the battle against blood cancer.
If you had a chance to support the research that is saving lives, what would you do?
Our nation's servicemen and women show great courage and leadership, both on and off the battlefield. When they transition to civilian life, they can apply the skills and values they learned in the military to the workplace. That's why the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes is urging employers everywhere to be smart, bet on a vet. Hiring a veteran is also a great way to show your appreciation for them. To learn more, call 1-888-44-SALUTE.
Now, sports.
4 new members named to baseball's Hall of Fame tonight. Chipper Jones, Jim Thome, Vladimir Guerrero, and Trevor Hoffman to be inducted this summer in Cooperstown. Jones was an 8-time All-Star third baseman for the Atlanta Braves. Thome hit 612 home runs, putting him 8th on the career list, and played mostly for the Cleveland Indians. Guerrero was elected in his second try, and Hoffman, a former San Diego Padres closer, had 601 saves, second all-time to Mariano Rivera's 652. Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens, both tainted by the steroid scandal, edged up, but again fell short. And the NHL adding another Tampa Bay Lightning player to their All-Star roster. Lightning forward Braden Point replaces injured teammate Victor Hedman on the Atlantic Division roster. The Bolts winning their second straight game last night in Nashville, 4-3 in overtime. This weekend, the Lightning will host the NHL All-Star Game at Amalie Arena. Activities begin on Friday with autograph sessions with Lightning All-Stars and hockey greats. You can also see the Stanley Cup at the NHL All-Star pregame outside of the arena. The NHL Skills Challenge happens Saturday night and then the All-Star Game on Sunday. Well, ever since the Vikings' playoff win over the Saints 9 days ago, the NFL has been working nonstop to get U.S. Bank Stadium ready for the eyes of the world. As plows and shovels clean up after Monday's big storm, a more controlled storm is leaving a mark inside the stadium, dressing it up for Super Bowl on Sunday in the focus of the world. It's a frantic pace at the stadium as work continues both inside and outside to accommodate the crush of fans and media. But most importantly, the field itself is taking shape. The Super Bowl is set for Sunday, February 4th between the Patriots and the Eagles. That's a look at sports. We'll have tonight's winning lotto numbers when we come back.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
My life motto is keep moving. And as hard as it was when my husband passed away, I knew I had to keep doing what I love. Oops, coming. But I needed help with my insurance, and that's what the NAIC provides. They have resources to help you and your family make the best decision, and they'll help you to keep moving forward, just like me.
Meet Blue. Blue's not feeling well. The prescription? Generic medication. Blue wonders, do they really work as well as name brands? Yes, generics and name brand medications do work the same. Even though they may look different, generics have the same key ingredients. FDA approval is equally rigorous for generics to make sure they're as safe and effective as name brands. And Blue even saves some green, making him a little less, well, blue. Talk to your doctor about generics and visit fda.gov/generic drugs.
This is your brain. This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
Yeah, I have questions.
Prescription drugs aren't as bad as street drugs, right?
Weed's legal, isn't it?
Drinking is worse than smoking weed.
Isn't it? Why
is heroin so addictive?
Molly just makes you feel happy.
I have questions.
Mom?
Dad, did you ever try drugs?
They're going to ask. Be ready. Go to drugfree.org. A message from Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
My name is Stephen Jaffe. The law firm's name is Farmer Jaffe. One of the beautiful things about Julius is he's always smiling, and it becomes infectious. The fact that Julius has a disability has absolutely nothing to do with the quality of work that he's done. Just a great person you want on your staff.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Download the all-new ABC7 First Alert Weather app now. The Florida Lottery winning numbers are sponsored by Frontier Fios.
Manatee County's beloved Snooty the Manatee was mentioned on the game show Jeopardy on Tuesday night. During the game show, the contestants were asked, in 2017, the oldest of this type of aquatic mammal in captivity died at age 69 in a Florida county of the same name. Of course, the answer is manatee, but none of the contestants knew the answer. One contestant came close, though, and guessed Orca County, which I guess that's a pretty good guess. If you had to make one. And they had to do it right, too. They had to say, what is Manatee
County?
Not just Manatee County, right?
Yeah.
We wouldn't have got it right. We're getting the weather right tomorrow. Looks to be okay, just a little bit chilly. Here's the forecast as the day planner goes. We're looking at tornado safety, too, by the way. Tomorrow, it's thunderstorms and what to do for severe thunderstorms when they move in with hail and gusty winds. We have a lot of those. These are some of the things you need to do. Again, have a plan at work, school, or wherever you may be, and know where to take shelter in all those buildings and where you're going to be there, and obviously know the signs of a tornado. And have our weather app, too. It'll alert you to the fact that there may be a tornado around. Here's your day planner, looking pretty good, 67 by 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And be sure to tune in to meteorologist John Scalzi. You have more on the timing of that rain, as a new model will be out by then, too. Okay, thank you so much, Bob, and thank you all for joining us. We'll see you back here tomorrow night.